All right, we're just going to go immediately into the wrap up. Since we got about 2 minutes, this is going to be when you wrap gifts for your family, some of us do it well, some of us don't, right? This is like when I'm running out of time and I make my sons help, and it looks like we don't love whoever we gave the gifts to. That's this kind of wrap up. Teacher of record should be reported. Substitutes should only be reported for vacant positions. So again, we've changed the rules on how you report staff on leave. The emphasis is getting the teacher of record reported. There have been a lot of questions about staff on leave for a year or more. First and foremost, I would recommend verifying that they are the teacher of record. They perhaps are not the teacher of record if they're going to be out for a year, right? And so you first verify that. We're not so concerned with all the staff that is on leave as much as the staff that is active on Census Day, providing instruction or support to the students. All staff must have a staff demographic record submitted every year, if for no other reason than to update the years of service. There's a validation for that now. Staff without seeds should be reported and may obtain seeds from the CTC with a certificate of clearance. So, again, Seed 999 allows you to report the curriculum and course for staff without seeds, but that's the last option. If you have a staff member providing instruction or serving in a certificated position, they can get a seed with a certificate of clearance. Staff assignments are reported by a school and job classification, not necessarily by that job or assignment. So, a teacher who is performing multiple non classroom based job assignments doesn't need additional SAS records. They only need one for teacher, and you can report up to 5 or 7 job assignments, right? It's either by school, they're teaching at multiple schools. Some itinerant teachers teach at multiple schools, or they have multiple job classifications, might be a teacher and administration. Student course data should be submitted for all students TK through 12 enrolled on Census Day, right? We do not report student course data for preschool students. EL students must be enrolled in at least one course section where the education service code is populated to show they are receiving services. So I want to emphasize that if you have an EL student and they are taking multiple courses, at least one of them has to have the education service code populated, right? You can populate the education service code in all classes because there is a 5, no EL services being provided, right? PSTS data should only be for CTE completers, right? Students with disabilities is submitted in end of year 4. If you have a student with disability who was also a CTE completer, you can report it twice, right? Once in fall 2 and then again in end of year 4. Students may have more than one post-secondary outcome. All right, strategies for success. Do not hesitate. Submit your records today. When you leave here, I kind of missed it, but evidently someone said submit that stuff when I was gone. So I recommend that's exactly what you do. Identify staff that can provide and verify data, right? So you want to bring in everybody. Sean emphasizes this all the time in her answers. A lot of these are local processes, LEA decisions. Um, and that's when we talked about being a data leader in the very beginning. You got to grab some elbows and drag some people into the fold, right? We don't assume responsibility for what we don't know, right? We reach out to the curriculum instruction, their EL coordinators, CTE staff, whoever is who should be knowing this. We have to rely on our subject matter experts. Use data discrepancies to resolve errors for faster processing. Kyron talked about that. Attend weekly Q&A. So every Wednesday we have a CalPADS Q&A. Sean will be there most of the time. Angela and other folks as well, our analysts. Use local resources, right? Your county office, other LEAs. Most people in the CalPADS community are willing to help. They have shared in your struggles, right? And so they will make it easier for you. Oh, look at this animation. Let's do that again. Thank you, Slyman. So this is the 24-25 fall 2 timeline. Currently, we're in this window right here. Now to tomorrow, complete fall 2 data population in your local system. that should be easy enough. Most of this was done in the beginning of the year. So we all are ahead of the curve based on these suggested milestones. So pat yourself on the back, interlace your fingers behind your head and kick your legs up. You're ahead of schedule if for at least one day. Starting right now or tomorrow, you should be submitting files to CalPads, getting that data out of your student information system into CalPads and resolving any DDs or CDD errors that you have, right? From by 210 to 214, so the second week of February, hopefully you're in a position with zero fatals, right? February 7th, you should have zero fatals. And when you come back on that Monday, you could be looking at reports, disseminating the reports, making sure that in the first step of the assignment monitoring process, what we submit is accurate, right? And remember, assignment money is just one of the many reasons we submit fall two data. You might be able to correct some assignment monitoring discrepancies later on, but your what are those things called? Your
Exceptions.
school accountability report cards are going to be
Sorry.
reflective of your erroneous CalPads data. I don't know what I was going to call it, but that's why we have multiple monitors here. And then, right, you're sending your reports to your local data steward and site leaders. We have 217 and 221 earmarked. You really should be doing that around 210. Is when you have zero fatal errors and all your data is in, you want to disseminate the reports. It's not fair to ask someone to make decisions and determinations in a short window. That's why we emphasize having zero errors and accurate reports as soon as possible. And then you have that last week to certify, to finish up anything. This is your mini amendment window because we do not provide one after the final deadline. So you have to certify by 228, and that is the deadline, right? There's resources, we pointed them out earlier. I would just ask if you submit a ticket to the service desk, use this link. It's the fastest way to get help. If you have time, you have an in-depth conversation, perhaps you want to reach out to your CSIS monitor, right? If you reach out to the service desk and you feel like your question wasn't answered, it was unsatisfactory response, you can reach out to your CSIS monitor and we can try to give greater detail, perhaps talk to you over the phone, right? Do not be discouraged. We are here to help you. And so here are some more resources for you. We've added this link here. It was a video conducted by the CDE about teacher assignment monitoring outcomes, very informational. All right, so I'm gonna do my begging, right? I wish Marsha should make a survey song. We do appreciate the surveys. Look, I ain't too proud to beg. I don't know about you guys.
Tell me you got that on camera.
Yeah, I got it. Let's record it. We can do it.
We're missing the point here. We're missing the point where we want you to provide feedback.
That's gonna be in the
Please.
next remix.
Yeah, I'm sure, Marshall.
And send it
All
to
right.
Alex as a ringtone.
Thank you, everyone.
Ah,
Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
great. That's great.